Hello, hello. It is week 16, December 23rd to December 27th. We have Christmas Day games. Merry Christmas. So I did miss the Thursday night game. It literally just ended. It was a really cool lateral play that I thought, what could happen? But alas, I already talked about my Bears. They're 4-10, but they finished off strong. They got a nice touchdown at the end. I do see the momentum. And now that the Bears officially out of the playoff picture, I think they're going to open up the book and do a lot of things. And I think there's changes coming, and that's honestly the best thing that could possibly happen to this team. So we're going to start off in the AFC. Got some good matchups, got some bad matchups. Obviously, that one's already decided. So let's start with Sunday, which is on the 27th. A few days until about a week before New Year's. So we got the fuck. We got the Ravens at the Bengals. Both these teams, Bengals are coming off a really good win. Really good win. They shot me when they got 15-10. I hear they got a safety or like a 2-point conversion or something. I don't know. The Ravens are coming off what should have been a win versus the Packers, but they just don't know how to kick a fucking extra point. They kick the extra point, and they kick the field goal when they went for it on 4-for-1. They would have been 34-31. So even if Rodgers drove down the field for a field goal, it would have been tied, so it still wouldn't have gone to overtime. Why are you gonna do that? You should have kicked the field goal. Um, there's such a thing as playing too conservative, but there's also such a thing as playing too aggressive. This isn't Madden, okay? This is real life. I just see the Ravens are gonna be very desperate for a win, but the Bengals have way too much momentum. Their fan base is really tortured. They are going to play real hard because they know if they win this game, they have a good chance of making the playoffs. And I got them actually winning this game in a close one. No, not a tie. 27. No. 28 to 24. God damn, what the fuck? This mouse is. I'm still getting used. I got a new mouse from a friend. Next up, we got. Oh, this game's gonna fucking suck. The Jags and the Jets. Uh, Now, I actually had this pleasure of watching the Jags and the Jets. Um, Last week, I went to go out to eat at a restaurant. Um, and yeah, it was not fun to watch. Jags won, not the Jags. The Jags won by getting the first round pick. They've all but clinched it. I don't see any other team getting the first round pick besides Jags. So, second year in a row, Jags are gonna get the first round pick. But it's not like they're really getting the best draft class. Jags are obviously not gonna pick a quarterback. I don't know what they're gonna pick, but they better get the best talent possible because they got rid of Urban Meyer. They should clean house just like the Chicago Bears are gonna do. The Jags really won that game. Texans are just fucking up their tank. Um, but Jags, their season's over. They're gonna pretty much accept the tank. They're going to embrace the tank with open arms. I got the Jets winning this game. I think Zach Wilson is going to shine in a 31-17 blowout. And that's not really a blowout. I think if it's 3 scores or more and your opponent scores half, that's to determine a blowout. Because if a game's like 50-67 or some shit like that, that's not really a blowout. But if it's like 35-14, then it's a blowout. If you score double the amount of points, and if it's not something like really low, like 20-10, if you score more than 3 scores and it's double the amount, then I consider that a blowout. Next up, Buffalo Bills Patriots in Foxborough. Patriots won a very sloppy game. Oof, 3 whole passes versus the Bills. And the Bills got a nice win to get some momentum. That Colts win kind of derailed the Patriots, but I still think they're going to bounce back. Both these teams are going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. But I think the Bills know how important this game is, and they're going to finally squeeze out probably the biggest win over the Patriots this team has had in probably well over a decade. It's going to be a massive win for the Bills. I got the Bills winning 21 to 7. No, to 17. Yeah. Oh, the fuck is frozen? Okay. Next up, the Chargers versus the Texans. The Texans are a bad football team. And yeah, they did have that one upset versus the Titans. That was a fluke. Chargers are going to win this game, and they're going to win this game heftily. Let me check on my record. I'm checking my record after this. But I got the Chargers win this game by 20 points. 35-14. Steelers, Chiefs. Now, I gotta pick the Chiefs for this one. The Steelers, they got a good win versus the Titans last week. Whoa, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? God, God damn it. Um, well, yeah, I have the Steelers losing to the Chiefs. The Chiefs they have too much power right now. They are the dominant team in the AFC, and this loss I think will pretty much kill the Steelers off. They really needed that Lions win. That Lions tie is gonna come back to bite them. I got the Chiefs winning this 22 to 14. No, that'd be pretty. If they scored 1,400 points, I'd be pretty impressed. Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Divisional matchup. Two teams desperate to get a win. Loser of this game. This is a de facto playoff game, but even the winner isn't guaranteed a playoff spot. But the loser is guaranteed to pretty much be eliminated. That's for sure. Um, both how these teams are playing. My gut tells me the Broncos are going to win this game. And I think they're going to win in a very intense game. 29 to 20. Next up, Packers Browns Christmas Day matchup. With how good the Ravens played with their backup quarterback versus the Packers, assuming Baker is back, which I think he might be, I just have a Packers upset. I think the Packers are going to lose a few games, but of course they're still going to make the playoffs. I do have them losing a few games, but this is not one of them. I got the Packers winning this by a touchdown. 27-21. But I will be hoping for the opposite. Either I get a pick right, which is a win for me, or the Packers lose, which I would much rather have the latter. Colts Cardinals. Cardinals coming off probably one of the most embarrassing wins this season for any team in general. But Colts are coming off a really impressive win. Despite the records, despite the awful loss, this Cardinals team is going to bounce back. I don't see them losing to the Colts. But I do think I think it's going to be a very high scoring game. 38-31. Next up, Dolphins Saints. This Dolphins team is on fire right now. The Saints team had a really ugly win versus the Bucks. Even though They have equal records, but statistically the Dolphins are technically the worst team. They are the 11th seed. Saints are the 9th seed. I got the Dolphins winning this. I got the Dolphins winning a very close game. 24-21. Next up, Giants Eagles. Giants team's ass. They're 4-10. They have Mike Glennon. I don't even have to talk about this. Eagles are going to win this game because they're the better team all around. Giants fans, you're getting probably out of all the teams, you're getting a bounty for this draft. You're getting two top five. Even the Bears, I think they're going to go probably 6-11, in my opinion. Maybe 5-12. Um, but it's just like, yeah. Even if the Bears win out, you're still getting a top 7 pick. Best case scenario, Bears. The best case scenario would be either, like, let's say, the Bears beat the Giants, so your pick gets a little bit better, and then the Bears lose everything else. So Bears finish 5-12, Giants finish 4-13 for a draft position, and you'll have two back-to-back picks. But yeah, that'd be pretty good for the Giants, though. Hopefully it'll pick wise. Eagles, I got the Eagles doing 31. Yeah, 31-13. Then let's add a garbage time touchdown. Bucks, Panthers, division matchup. Bucks are really pissed off. Pissed off Tom Brady is probably one of the most dangerous people you have. I got the Bucks coming out here and destroying the Panthers and putting them to bed, finally eliminating them after a good start and a collapse. I got the Bucks winning this game 42-17. Add a garbage time touchdown. Lions, Falcons. Falcons, I think they're pretty much all but eliminated by this point. And this Lions team is one of the hottest teams in the NFC. They beat two good teams, the Vikings, who were in a playoff spot, and the Cardinals, who were pretty much the first seed just a few days ago, like a few weeks ago. So those are not fluke wins. It's not like they beat the Jets or the Jags or the Texans or something. They beat good teams. They blew out the Cardinals. For that reason, I'm going to go with Lions are going to pick up yet another win. They're going to have their first win streak in well over a year. I don't know the last time the Lions had a win streak, but it's been a really long time. I got the Lions winning this game 28-17. Next up, Rams, Vikings. Vikings are my Chicago Bears entire secondary was out of COVID. Justin Fields dealing with a minor injury, and he still got a nice touchdown in the game. He played good. Our coach was right awful. The Bears should have won that game. If it weren't for Matt Nagy and his awful coaching decisions and a few mishaps, easily win this game. And for that reason, got the you got the Rams, a legit contender. Just I don't see the Vikings contending. They could upset, but I just don't have the Vikings winning this game. But I do have them keeping a little close. Rams 35, Vikings 24. Next up, Washington football team, the Dallas Cowboys. It was a blowout last time. However, they did come back. But this Washington football team is just pretty deflated right now. And I got the Cowboys finishing them off and sealing up the 2 seed and possibly competing with the Packers for the 1 seed. I think it's going to come down to these 3 teams. But Cardinals, I think. I don't know. It's pretty tight for the division right now. But yeah, Cowboys, I think are going to wrap up the division pretty much. And with this, they will clinch. Yeah, will they clinch? Cowboys. Cowboys clinching options. Yeah, they pretty much beat or tie. The Eagles lose to the Giants. and they're in. So they pretty much already clinched by now. Cowboys 31, Washington football team 17. Okay, now finally the final pick, the pick I love doing, but now kind of dread. The Bears versus the Seahawks. With that, the team's clocked out. Only reason I'm watching is for Justin Fields and Tevin Jenkins and the other rookies like Robert Quinn getting that sack record, which I do think he'll do. Do I Could I imagine the Bears winning this game? Is it in the realm of realistic possibility? Yeah. But with the way this team is going, they always let me down. And the only way to be surprised or happy with this team is to have the bare minimum expectations. And I'm going to have that. I expect this team to score at least a field goal. I expect this team to get a first down. If they do that, I'll be happy. I have no expectations for this team. If they lose out, I would not be surprised. Do I think they're going to lose out? Probably not. They're probably going to win at least a game or two. And do I want them to win this game? Of course. No team's ever going to root, especially since we don't have a first round pick. There's nothing to tank for. Could have maybe a better second round pick. But the Seahawks, they don't have a good record versus losing teams, and they have not a good record versus winning teams. They're not a good team. They're a beatable team. We have beat better teams. We beat the 9-6, assuming they win. 9-6 Bengals. We beat the 7-8 Raiders, and of course we beat the Lions, which prove they got some wins. I do see this team winning on Sunday, but I don't have that confidence to pick them though. I see them winning. I can imagine them winning this game narrowly, but my gut tells me they won't. Do I see them winning next week, however, against the Giants? Yeah. I'm confident they'll actually win that game. But that all depends on what I see versus the Seahawks. Do I see a win? Possibly. But I'm going to be realistic. This team will lose versus the Seattle Seahawks team. Possibly. But I do think they're going to make it somewhat competitive. Do I hope I'm wrong? Absolutely, I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to be rooting them for the win. The only reason I'm doing this is if I'm wrong, my team wins. If I'm right, I get a pick right. I'm only doing this because at least there'll be some net positive for me. I got the Seattle Seahawks winning this game 25 to 20 to 17. But I will be rooting for a Bears victory on Sunday, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not like we're playing the Packers or the Cardinals or whatever. I have confidence that they're gonna win this, but not enough confidence to pick them. Because if they're gonna lose, I'm gonna get at least something positive out of it. If they lose this game, though, Nagy's gone. Nagy's 100%. They're firing on the spot. On the spot. They should fire him. I would not be surprised if he's not even coaching this game if he's already fired by then. That's what I hope happens. But just for the reason that we're eliminated from the playoffs. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. But yeah, I really hope I'm wrong with this pick, and I hope the Bears come up on top and win this game. And I do think they kind of will, but I don't have confidence in that just yet. Go Bears. Prove me wrong. But if they do lose, I'm going to get something good out of it at least and get a proper pick. W for my predictions at least. But I would rather get an L in my predictions than worst case scenario they tie and I don't win anything. I don't want to tie. I want to win, damn it. 6-11, I'll be happy. Good night, everybody.